Apparently, there's a Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim on its way to theaters. Cinema Blend's headline, "Ooh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage biopic is coming, and I know 6 actors who would be perfect for the beloved character." I thought we would take a second. Let's just visit this story for a second. And then I want to go over some of the casting that they're throwing out there and say who we think might be good for it and who might not be. But let's go over and read this. Of course, there's the iconic, immortal Randy the Macho Man Savage, or Bonesaw, as Spider-Man fans might remember him. It writes the following. Kenan Thompson and his producing partner, Johnny Ryan Jr., are developing the new Randy the Macho Man Savage biopic, currently titled Macho, through their company Artists for Artists, which is also working on reimagining an 80s horror that's actually deserving of a remake, Sleepaway Camp. The biopic script is one that was co-written by Randy Savage's real-life brother, Lanny Poffo. Some people, some old-school wrestling fans may not actually know that the genius, or Leapin' Lanny Poffo from the old WWE days, that was actually Randy Savage's brother. Anyway, who passed away in February of 2023, and screenwriter Eric Shapiro. All right. So they're doing a Randy the Macho Man Savage movie. Is this a good idea? I honestly don't know. I really don't know much about the life of Randy Savage outside of, or Randy Poffo was his real name. All I know him is as the Macho Man. You know, one of the greatest, most iconic, electrifying wrestling entertainers in history. And of course, one half of the Mega Powers, when him and Hulk Hogan, of course, had their tag team for a while called the Mega Powers, was going on. I honestly don't know a lot about his life. I know he passed away, if I remember correctly. He had a heart attack or something while driving his car. And I believe that's how he passed away. I can't remember exactly for sure. So I honestly don't know if it would make for an interesting biopic. I do know that when you think of professional wrestling, one of the first 5 or 6 images that has to flash into your head is Randy Macho Man Savage. Has to be one of them. I mean, he might have the greatest wrestling match of all time. It's at least in the conversation of the greatest matches of all time. It was the WrestleMania match between him and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Is absolutely in history. Is one of the greatest matches ever in the history of wrestling. It was right up there, of course, and his feud with Hogan, his tag teaming with Hogan, all stuff with Miss Elizabeth and all kind of stuff. But will it make an interesting biopic? I don't know. Maybe, but I would be lying to you if I didn't say that's one I'd be interested in watching and seeing how it comes together. Now, interestingly enough, they then throw out some names in the article in Cinema Blend of who they think might be good picks for it. Let's take a look at some of them. They're saying Aaron Taylor Johnson. 3 things that make Aaron Taylor Johnson a really interesting choice. 1, and most importantly, tremendous actor. 2, absolutely can bring the physicality. Because Randy Macho Man Savage was ripped. I mean, he was big, and again, just go to his Spider-Man movie, Bonesaw. I mean, he ripped. He could do all that, pull off the facial hair. That's the other big thing. So that would be an interesting choice, is Aaron Taylor Johnson. Here's one that they throw out that a lot of people might roll their eyes at, but they make a really good argument about why Jared Leto might be a good choice for it. First of all, you've seen in the movie we all try to forget, Morbius, he can get ripped. He can get big and he can get ripped. But they make a really good argument in Cinema Blend why Jared Leto might be a good choice. They said this: I am 100% aware of how ridiculous it sounds to say I think Jared Leto would make a good Macho Man, but I don't even feel slightly inauthentic saying it. In large part because Leto is known to lean harder into method acting preparation for certain roles than just about anybody else in Hollywood. And I think he could and would go as over the top as required to bring Randy Savage's energetic athleticism and his quieter moments to life believably. As such, I'd fully expect Leto to get a 6-month NXT contract ahead of the production, and for him to consist on a diet of just Slim Jims throughout the filming. Is Macho Man really that far away from the Joker? Wait, don't even answer that. But listen, I think he makes an absolute legitimate argument here. Again, Jared Leto, tremendous actor. He's an Academy Award, multi-time Academy Award nominated actor. He's fantastic. I'm really excited to see him in Tron. We'll see how good or bad that is. But I think that whole method acting thing, I think you're going to have to somebody who does that if you want to bring Randy Savage to the screen. So I think that's interesting. Then they bring up a wrestler, MJF, who's over in AEW. I'm not a fan of that casting because I'd like to see a real actor play the role.
Yeah.
Well, John, your Dave Bautista's pretty good now. Yeah, but it took Dave Bautista like 10 plus years to get to that point. Same can be said of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Same can be said of John Cena. So talk to me in like 10 or 15 years after MJF actually takes acting seriously. Then they bring up one I've seen other people mention, Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf. A lot of people thought that would be a name that would be in there too. Anyway, so they just mentioned some names like that. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. You know, one of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools to put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's ZAPIER.com/Campea. One of the things I would say, Rob, that is if this Macho Man movie, which is now in development, actually gets to the screen, which again, being in development is different from actually coming to the screen. I don't feel it's an exaggeration to say the movie will completely hinge on obviously the director, whoever gets to direct it, but on your casting.
Oh yeah.
Like you cannot get, you got a lot of flexibility with whoever plays, who's the guy who created Facebook again?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg, right. You don't have to completely nail the Zuckerberg casting. You don't have to nail, if you were to do one on Tim Cook, the current CEO of Apple, you don't have to nail the casting on Tim Cook. Just get somebody. You have to nail Randy the Macho Man Savage if you're going to do that. Anyway, Rob, what do you think about the notion that they're developing a Randy Savage movie? And you got any thoughts about who could play it?
Well, this is out of my wheelhouse. First of all, I have to admit that. But look, like you said about nailing the casting, we both had Ashton Kutcher and we had Michael Fassbender both play Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are pretty different castings for the same character. I have no idea who should play Randy the Macho Man Savage. No idea. But I think you're absolutely right. Because there's the physicality and there is, I mean, the flamboyant nature of what wrestling is all about combined with the physicality. But then when you're off stage, you're out of the ring, you have to make somebody who's a believable human being. Randy the Macho Man Savage was not eating Slim Jims his entire life. So you have to give somebody the role that can pull it off. And you're asking, it's already difficult to recreate a person, but to recreate a professional wrestler, they have to be a human being, and then they have to be their persona in the ring and around the whole world of wrestling. That's not an easy thing. You know, look at Roddy Piper and They Live.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to do that. So I don't know who should play him. However, I didn't know anything about wrestling. When I saw Rocky 3, I loved Hulk Hogan.
Thunderlips.
Thunderlips, I love that whole thing. I mean, I love the way it was portrayed. So putting wrestling, and there's the Santo movies from Mexico, the Mexican wrestler, superhero. There's something about that whole milieu that I've always been fascinated by when I see it depicted on screen. So I think the idea of this movie is probably pretty good. I'd go see it.
By the way, somebody in the live chat suggested somebody to play him, and I like it already. Bring this up.
Oh, there you go.
Zac Efron as Randy Macho Man Savage. I mean, he just did, and I don't say that just because he just played another wrestler with the Von Erich family stuff with Iron Claw, which was a magnificent movie that very few people went to go see, unfortunately. So he already knows how to play a wrestler. He's definitely got the build and physique. He's a tremendous actor. I love the idea of a Zac Efron playing Randy Macho Man Savage. I think he'd play that pretty well. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? They are making a Randy, or at least they're developing a Randy the Macho Man Savage biopic. Do you think that's a worthwhile project? I mean, nobody went to go see the Von Erich one, which was really unfortunate. But do you think people will go out to see this one? And who could you see being cast as that if you want to put on your fan casting hat? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.